When King Philip of Macedonia entered the throne, a lot of fighting was taking place between the Greek city-states Sparta, Thebes, and Athens. In his kingdom, the whole kingdom of his was about to collapse due to a recent attack on the neighboring country failing, and causing a lot of his army to die. Macedonia looks like it was going to be another one of those early kingdoms that fell to its neighbors. When Philip entered the throne, he came to a country about to fall apart. However, due to his diplomacy, he turned Macedonia into a country about to fall apart into a country ready to get rid of external threats. After Philip got the military in order, he went and conquered the majority of Illyria, as you can see on the map. Then he went and conquered a bunch of Greek city-states. And then he went on to conquer Thrace, as you'll see. And after that, he got a huge army together, and he took over every other city-state except for Sparta. And that's a map. After he had taken over all the Greek city-states, except for Sparta, before starting his conquest of the Persian Empire, he went to go attend his sister's wedding, only to get killed by his bodyguard Pausanias. It's not known why he did this, but anyway, a great leader died that day, but with his death came Alexander the Great, who would go on to conquer the entire Persian Empire and more. A lot of people seem to think that Alexander was the immediate king after Philip died, and that isn't exactly true. He had many rivals to the throne, and to make sure he was ruler, him and his mother Olympia started offering all the possible rivals to the throne. First, Alexander had the person who was supposed to become king, Amyntas IV, offed. They went and got two other Macedonian princes off, along with his mother, offing Cleopatra to secure his position as the king of Macedonia. After Alexander secured his position as king of Macedonia, he headed to Asia Minor and staged city of Troy for 7 months until he finally defeated it. Once he got there, he enslaved everyone in the church and killed everyone else for holding out for so long. After he defeated Troy, he marched his army to the Granicus River and fought King Darius's army there. After King Darius lost, he retreated. After he retreated, Alexander went and conquered a bunch of city-states on Asia Minor until he reached Issus, where he fought King Darius and won. Darius did escape again, however, and would not be caught until much later in Alexander's military campaign. After he took over Issus, he went over and took a bunch of cities bordering the Middle Sea until he reached Gaza. After he passed there, the liberated Egyptians crowned him Pharaoh of Egypt. While he was there, he made the city of Alexandria, which would become a learning hub for the next 10 years and one of the biggest cities in his empire, as shown on the state plan picture. After getting Egypt, Alexander backtracked and started heading to the center of the Persian Empire, where he got attacked again by Darius and beat him again, taking the city of Gaugamela. After he took over that city, he started attacking the major cities at the heart of the Persian Empire, like Babylon and Persepolis, the latter being the capital of the Persian Empire. After that, Alexander's army headed to Ecbatana to get Darius once for all. When they attacked, he died in a crashed chariot and got buried by Alexander a few days later. After defeating Darius, Alexander officially took over the rest of the Persian Empire and went to take over India. Before he went into India, Alexander went around the upper section of the Persian Empire and established a bunch of cities named Alexandria. And when he got down to the area in Asia that is now Iran, he conquered the cities around the area and continued to hang down until he reached Porus Kingdom, which was right above India. After Alexander conquered the main cities in that area, he allowed Porus to continue to rule there out of respect. And when he reached Indus, his army was against going any further, so he turned back. On the way back, he died in Babylon due to malaria on June 13th, 323 BCE. After Alexander the Great died, a civil war erupted in Macedonia, and on the brink of this war, the Greeks rebelled in a war called the Limb War, and got the Macedonians out of Greece, only for them to come back with the general empire, came with 10,000 troops to take back Macedonia, as you can see. After that, the kingdom was split up between generals. Secundus got all of Asia, Ptolemy got Egypt, Lysimachus got Thrace, and the son of Antipater got Macedonia and Greece, as you can see on the map. So now that you know about Alexander, you're probably wondering why people think he is so important to history in general. Well, let me tell you why he is so important to history to this day. It made every empire try to do what Alexander was able to do, including Rome and a bunch of other empires that came and went in Asia. Basically, what he did was make it so that empires wanted to do what he did, and so they wanted to become the next Macedonia. That's how Alexander influenced history.